Welcome back to another episode of The Connection. I'm Gabriel Riel, and today is going to be an interview with the senior online reporter at APTN News, Kathleen Martins. How have you been doing, Kathleen?
Uh, I'm okay. It's nice to talk to somebody, even because I'm stuck in my house doing my job, right? So it's great to see you.
Yeah, social interaction's a little, it's a little iffy. So actually being able to talk to somebody face to face is, it's a refreshment.
Absolutely, yeah. See that there are still real people out there, not just voices on the other end of the phone, right?
Yeah, make sure that there's actual people still alive in this world. Speaking of this world, how exactly has your work environment been affected by, this great big pandemic that's been happening?
Well, we were all told to just go home and stay home, which, when you do our job, that never happens. You spend hours at the office, on the phone, online, out in the field. So when the boss tells you to go home, that's pretty serious. And so we were told, go home, don't come to the office because we don't want to have anybody spreading whatever this is, because at the time we weren't clear what it was. Just go home, keep yourself safe, keep everybody else safe. And as we get information filtering down about what it is, try to do your job as well as you can from home. And so that's what I've been doing since March, kind of the middle of March.
Yeah, I guess it's a really weird sudden change of pace for your work environment to all of a sudden, ask to go home. Must be just very different, very weird considering how used you are to your normal job.
Well, yeah, it is. You're used to getting a lot of emails. That didn't change too much, but we also go to a lot of scenes. We go to news conferences, crime scenes. We go to First Nations. We visit a lot of Indigenous communities. We also travel all over Canada, and that just came to an end. We go to a lot of isolated and remote communities, and we have to go there in person because many of the people we speak to don't have internet. Perhaps they don't have phone, so they rely on us to fly in or drive up and see them and speak to them in person. And so being unable to do that really made a difference in how we were able to get information about what was going on.
Yeah, I can only imagine how that could just be like so much different. Do you have like any foresight for how much longer that this new work environment is going to have to last for? Do you think it's ever going to just kind of stay back down to what it used to be?
Well, I'm fortunate because I work for so I can do my job from anywhere. I can do it from home. I can do it as long as I have an internet connection. I can write stories, right? As long as I get to somebody either over the phone or like this, like the way you and I are talking, if I can do that, I can get information and and email. If I can access email where people can message me, send me news releases, I can still do my job. My coworkers who work in TV, they're far more affected because they use special equipment to not only capture visuals, but to edit what they get in the field, and then they create packs, story packs for the nightly news. They haven't really been able to do that. They've been doing what we call VOTSOTs, right, where we introduce an item and then we'll show you a clip of it, but they haven't been able to go out in the field and gather that stuff that they do every day. So TV, I know TV is going to want um, to get back to normal. They hope they can get back to where things were. Uh, they have to in order to do what we were doing for TV. For me, I'm more flexible. So no, I don't know when we're going to go back to what we used to do. We've been told we can work from home until probably the end of June. I have seen other major news outlets like CNN, um, and then big social media outlets like Twitter say their people can stay working from home indefinitely. Google said this too. So that's kind of interesting that they're going to allow that big change in their corporate culture. Like I say, I can do that as an online writer, but my TV news gathering colleagues, they can't. They still need to go into the office and access special equipment and to be able to put together a nightly national news show. Yeah, they need things to go back to where it was.
Yeah. But this day and age, especially with how some people, their jobs are completely cut off by COVID, and then some people like you're still able to do your job from home. It kind of, makes jobs where you can work anywhere much more valuable than what they previously were.
I agree. I have always kind of pushed to be able to work wherever, wherever there's an internet connection. I don't feel I need to come to the office. I don't need that office culture or support or anything like that. I think if something's going to push us towards working from home, or at least seeing what we can do from home, it's going to be this. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic thing to just be able to have whatever environment that you want to have for it. Do you think this is going to make like well, not a revolution of it, but more just a big change in how everything is done now, including jobs where you might not think of it to do everything at home, but they might, progress more in technology so that it is something that is you can do in any work environment, just in case something like this ever were to happen again. Kathleen, are you still there? Oh, sorry about this, everybody. We're experiencing some live technical difficulties, so just please stay with us for a little bit.
Well, I'm sorry about that. We were kind of on a roll.
Yeah, we were going quite well. And that's the one downside of doing something like this. The internet cuts out, then all of a sudden everything just kind of falls apart.
Yeah, here we are bragging about being able to work from home, and we can't even do this.
Can't even do that. Well, not everything's perfect.
No. At least I'm not like that famous politician who's doing the interview, and then you saw his little boy come in behind him wearing the diaper, and then everybody on national TV saw it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
uh, uh, yeah, downsides there are to everything. Anyways, where were we? I was asking about the future of everything about this. if you think whether you think jobs in the future are going to be there's going to be more technological advancements into making things more for doing things at home. You know, it's just in case if
Yeah,
something like this ever happens again, there will be more of a fail-safe.
and this is just my opinion. It it's not something we've. Sorry, I'm getting a real echo now when I talk to you.
I
Not
hear
sure
that
if
too.
I think that's better now. No,
Yeah, just a little bit.
just a little bit. Yeah, it just my personal opinion. We haven't talked about it at work, but I'm sure we will. We have these annual training weeks where we get everybody together from across the country and we talk about some of these big issues. But I know the technology is there that we can work from home. It just depends on the culture, right? Of management and if the work is being done, do they trust you as an employee to do it? So I think, I mean, I'm not a boss, but that would be something that as a boss, I think I would be. If I trust my people, then it wouldn't matter to me where they worked from.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing to do. Just make sure you have trust in all your employees.
Yeah, and you can still see every day if they're doing the work or not, and you can still see
Yeah,
judge the
exactly.
quality of it, right? And
Yeah,
I think if it's something like this gives us that opportunity, I know a lot of people have said they don't want to go back to what a lot of what we were doing before. There was a lot of stress, there was a lot of unhappiness, just in general in the world, and people just felt silly, busy, and um, not in a good way, right? So if this slowed us down to the point where we can review some of these major things in our life, let's not, you know, let's do what we can to take advantage of that opportunity and make the best of it and really review what jobs we can do from home. And like, I think my writing, my stories, I write fairly long pieces. I personally think they're better quality since I've been at home. Now, I live by myself, and so I don't have interruptions. Um, it's different if you've got young children at home or you live in a busy household. But right now, in my point in my life, I've been able to work at home in the quiet, and I just think the quality of my writing is better because I'm able to think about it more clearly and concentrate on it. Whereas when I work in a busy TV newsroom, it's very loud. There's a lot of deadlines. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of activity, as there should be. And so I find thinking about what I'm writing and writing conflicts with that. And I don't have an office, right? I work in a large, busy newsroom. Um, Way back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and I used to work at a newspaper newsroom, the newsroom was very quiet because we were all just writing or talking on the phone, and it was a little bit like being in a library. But a TV newsroom isn't like that. And so, as much as I like the action and like knowing what's going on, and I do find having to kind of have quiet and think about what I'm going to write and what I'm going to say to the person on the phone, I find that I can do that better at home where it's quiet.
yeah. I also do think that the future of most stuff is that if you're able to do it at home, I think it's going to be the next big
That makes
go-to.
sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so much easier for so much more people to be able to do the work in the comfort of their own space that they're familiar with.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is
yeah.
very insightful.
So, but yeah, but but it's not about me, right? I mean, as much as
Right.
I think you asked a good question and I'm answering it, it's about, am I still able to tell the story? Uh, am I still able to get the people I need? Am I still able to go where I need to go from a home base? And I think I would say yes, I can. But TV, it's different for them. But me as one person who writes stories for the web, yeah, I believe I can do it.
Hmm. Yeah, well, thank you for taking some time out of your day to do this, Kathleen. You've been a wonderful interviewer or interviewee, someone to be interviewed.
Well,
Um,
thanks, Gabrielle. It's my pleasure, and I wish you all the best with your
yeah,
course.
thank you so much. There
Okay,
will be more episodes of The Connection, so make sure to stay tuned for that.